Hi everybody, Mirden here with a small review on the Macna heated gloves, Progress RTX DL. Because I spent so much time on researching these gloves, I just wanted to help you guys out knowing what are the pros and cons of these gloves. I got a couple of points for you in order to make up your mind about it. I just want to start off. The first thing that really stood out for me that made the search the hardest was the sizing. The sizing is way off because well, I'm a small guy. I usually always use size S for everything that I buy, all the clothing, and so I went with the size S with these guys as well. They were way too big. Even though they corresponded with the sizing chart of Macna itself, so I measured my hand size, this and the length, the width and the length, and came up with size S, but that was way too big. Two friends, even, what are they, 185 high, they usually use size L, and they could fit that glove perfectly. So I sent them back and got the size XS, extra small, and they are still a bit on the large side. I've got them right here, but yeah, that's for winter gloves, that's normal. It's good enough. These fit me quite alright right now. So there's still excess space here, but that's normal. You really need that. On the thumb there's a bit too much, so that restricts my agility, and I have to look at the indicator every time I use the indicator now. I have to look at my steer. Yeah, that's good about the sizing. The stiffness, when they're new, they're really stiff, so you have to break them in. I'm not done breaking them in yet, so that's a bit of nuance up front. But they're really stiff, so especially the index finger it's like a fitness practice to clench your fists. You strengthen your hand muscles, especially the index finger, because of the visor wiper right here. It's a lot harder to bend your finger, but especially because of this piece of rubber right there, indicating that they have a touch tip. Macna just wanted to emphasize the fact that they have a touch tip and it will be phone sensitive, but it restricts bending your finger a lot. So when this comes into play when squeezing the clutch or the brake lever, and you lose a lot of precision and touch. So as a beginner rider, I've made a lot of mistakes, which immediately stopped happening after changing back to my old gloves. Of course, this will get better, a lot better over time, but it's worth mentioning. About the heating, there's no heating in the thumb, but a lot on the top of the wrist. So the top of the wrist gets very hot for some reason. I don't see the reason. Well, maybe because the blood flow goes into your hand from there. Does it though? I don't know. But it's a bit weird. I would rather have a hot thumb, heated thumb, than a hot wrist. But for the rest, it takes a long time to heat up, and I haven't been able to test them in really cold weather. I once drove in 8 degrees for an hour, and I put them on the heaviest on full power. I hope my hands would overheat, but this wasn't the case at all. It was quite comfortable. This made me worried they won't be able to cope with like -3 degrees on the highway, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Maybe it's so wind resistant and all the heat will stay inside that it won't matter, and well, we're just gonna have to wait and see. At least they're heated, so they're really warm, so they'll be a lot better than any other winter glove, I suppose. So this is the next thing is just one small tip. You have to research this for yourself, but a person in the biker outfit store explained this to me, that weight laminate works, letting vapor out and keeping water from getting in. That switches inside out when heated. so the heat will suck the water in. I don't know how it works, but just think about it. The glove will be more water resistant when the heating is low or off. So when it rains, it might be better to just switch it off. Yeah, so nuancing all the things that I just mentioned is I'm a beginner rider, so I haven't been able to test a lot of other winter gloves, and I'm sure that they'll also be quite stiff and bulky and big, so that's important to keep in mind when you think about it. Think about the words that I mentioned. A couple of positive things that I want to mention about it as well. Another heated glove from the Racer, Heat 4 it's called. They have a very grippy slider. So this slider here has rubber fibers or something that make sure there's a lot of grip, and I don't see the reason for that. A slider should slide, so otherwise you would break land and fall and break your wrists. So I'm happy this is a sliding slider. The visor wiper works really well. Also the accu is divided in 3 smaller parts, which evens out the bulk. It has this is one of the 3, so there's another one and there's another one. So it evens out the bulk and the weight. One more thing, I like the diagonal wristband on the gloves. It works really well. It tightens the glove really good, so it fits like a glove that way. They feel very sturdy. They must be very sturdy. So I trust these gloves. That's good. That's a good thing. Well, that's all. I especially wanted to mention how off the sizing was, so you can take that into account when ordering these gloves. I would still recommend them, but they cost quite a penny. So wish you good luck with research, and good day.